Now in today's video, we're taking a look at the GoTrax F1 Folding Bike. And this is a very affordable electric bike that's compact, it folds, and has great distance. So let's check out the specs, we'll go for a ride, and you'll see why we're so excited about this small bike. Now the F1 Folding Bike from GoTrax basically has a 40-mile range, and it goes a top speed of 20 miles per hour. It has 20-inch tires, 2.5 inches wide. It's foldable, has a 350-watt motor, and basically has an IPX4 rating. This bike also weighs no more than 44 pounds, which makes it ultra portable. So the bike also has LEDs in front and back, and pretty much is going to have the bike experience, except one big difference is that it doesn't have a gear system where it's going to be changing from gear to gear. It has multiple passive assist modes so that as you're pedaling, you do get the assistance, but you won't have a 1 through 7 or 1 through 8 gear system on this bike. But I'm telling you, in our riding experience, we really didn't miss it. So let's check out the ride and see all the features close up.
Now, the first thing that you'll notice about the bike is that it is smaller in frame, and it can be considered an entry-level e-bike. Matter of fact, the tires themselves are 20-inch tires by 2.6 wide. They are air-filled. This bike is a foldable bike, and that's why I was able to fit in such a small box. Now, despite that it's smaller, it does pack some decent power and also range. We're talking about a maximum speed of 20 miles per hour with a 40-mile range, and the motor that you have right there in the back is a 350-watt motor. So, battery is removable. This is going to be a great commuter scooter that's going to get you from here to there really, really quickly. So, let's take a closer look at some of the other aspects. One of the things that you'll notice is that it doesn't have a traditional gear shifter in the back. This is a single speed, but with the power or the battery, it's going to give you battery assist. So as you're riding, you're not going to experience a very difficult ride with this, given the actual power distribution as you're pedaling. Now, the product itself weighs about 44 pounds, and it also has an IPX rating. So if you do get caught in the rain or anything like that, you don't really have to worry about that at all. Now, the max rider weight is 265 pounds, so don't be fooled by the small frame. And as we mentioned, it is IPX rated, so IPX4 is really good for those of you who may get cut in the mud. IPX4 is a good rating, especially for those who may be caught in the rain and are concerned about getting wet. Now, this bike does feature a dual brake system, so you do have discs in the front and discs in the back. Now, on this side, you're going to be noticing a couple things. First of all, the pedals are foldable, which means you're not going to be hitting yourself when you're moving this if you're going on the train or on a bus. This is going to be great also if you're going to be folding it and putting it in your car. It does have the folding mechanism right here, and it does fold in multiple points. It also has a steering column, has multiple folding points. And you notice that it has that little loop right there, which is a handle. So as you're picking this up, if you have it folded, or even if you need to pick it up unfolded, it makes it really easy to pick up. Now the saddle itself is wide, it's comfortable, and it's also adjustable. The back of the bike, you do have an LED marker. You can see it lights up really nicely as well. The display is large, easy to read, and you can see there's no way that you're going to mistake your speed or your battery power given the size of this display. You also have some nice controls. You do have, this is your power button and also your pedal assist modes that you can switch to, and you can take this all the way up to pedal assist 5 or bring this all the way down. And the brakes are really easy to access here. You do have some really nice wrist support as well. On this side, you'll be able to see the wrist support, so that's going to make sure that you don't have any kind of fatigue when riding the bike. But this is an easy on, easy off bike because it's so low too. Now it does have a front-facing LED, which is going to be nice. It's going to light up the area for you. You notice I have it kind of angled a little bit further down, but people are going to be able to see you based on the LED that you have in the front and the LED light that you have in the back. So, great markers. Now one thing I wanted to show you is when folded, this bike is super compact. Again, it's a small-sized bike, so folding it makes it even smaller.
Hey guys, now in today's video, we're taking a look at a GoTrax bike. Now we've looked at scooters from GoTrax. I think we've reviewed almost all the scooters that they have in their lineup, and they're fantastic scooters. And today we're taking a look at their electric bike, and this is an electric bike that's entry level, very, very affordable. And so this is the F1. So let's talk a little bit about the specs, and I'm gonna stop pedaling for a little bit. First of all, this is, as you can see, a foldable bike. And when it came in one of the smallest boxes that we've ever seen for an electric bike. Very compact, which means this is a very compact bike that's going to fit easily in your trunk or in your SUV in the back, however you'd like to set it up. A couple things about this bike: 350-watt motor,
Basically, you're going to have 5 levels of pedal assist, and it has a single gear system. So this does not have a gear system like we've seen with some of the other bikes where you may have a Shimano system that has 7-speed, 8-speed. We've seen even higher than that. This one pretty much has a single speed, and the pedal assist mode contributes to you having a delicious and easy ride experience. Right now I'm on pedal assist 1, and I think it's clocking around 12 miles an hour, 11.9 I believe it is. So with this bike, you're going to get about a top speed of 20 miles per hour, depending on your weight and the incline, and you're going to get a 40-mile range per charge. Now, this bike does have smaller tires, so we're really used to and spoiled with the 4-inch tires. This has 2.5-inch, 20-inch tires, and you can see them that they're very small and discreet. You do have a bell. You have front and rear disc brakes, keys that you can use to remove the battery. You have 5 pedal assist modes, as I mentioned. It does have a front LED and a rear LED marker for brakes. The pedals for the bike do fold, which is going to give you nice portability. And if you've ever walked by a bike or walked a bike as you're walking, and you've ever hit your shins with the pedals, you know how important it is to have foldable pedals. Absolutely love that feature. Now, this bike does lack a front fork or a hydraulic fork. So basically the only hydraulics you have here are the tires, which means there are no hydraulics. Basically you have air-filled tires that are going to give you a great ride. And I can tell you that this feels like a normal bike, rides like a normal bike. Definitely not a mountain bike because it lacks, I would say, the actual suspension that you would see from the hydraulic systems that you see with some of those. But definitely a really, really good looking bike. And what I like about it is that it makes a lot of sense in the context of it being a last mile bike. This is something that I could easily see putting on a train and folded mode, and then using this as a last mile solution from the car to the train, and back. Now the display, this has a yummy display. Huge display, easy to read, tells me my speed. Like right now it's clocking around 17.5 miles an hour, and I'm not doing anything. Now I'll get on the grass here for a second. So nice display. And then it's also going to give you information about how many miles, just your odometer and things of that nature. Speed, energy bar, all that stuff is present. On the side here, you have your controls, so you can see, pedal assist 1 or lower it. And then you have a mode button that's going to change your display. Now, I'm pedaling without any kind of pedal assist now, just to give you a sense of what the pedal assist is like. So I'm clocking at a normal speed of around 8 miles an hour, and I could say I'm putting a little into it. So I'm going to go ahead and put pedal assist 1. And now all of a sudden I can feel the extra contribution coming from the power, and the bike is now going 10, and it's getting faster, but I'm not really having to put that much energy into it. So we're right now at 11.3, 11.4 miles an hour. I'm going to go into pedal assist 2, and now with pedal assist 2, it's going to start contributing a little bit more. And the whole point is that as I push, it's going to push with me, right? So it's going to basically give me a little bit more. Pedal assist 3, again, will contribute. Pedal assist 4, and this is where I'm really feeling it. I just felt it go speed up somewhat. So we have that pedal assist 4 going. Now what I'm going to do is go into 5, and what I should be hitting now is around 18, 19 miles an hour, and you can see my feet are flying. This is easy, super easy. Now the braking system on the bike works really well. When you want this to stop, it's going to stop, so it's responsive. What we're going to do now is look at what's the acceleration like. So right now we're going around 3 miles an hour. We're going to full throttle it, pedal assist 5, and we're going to see how quickly it catches up or speeds up. 10 miles, 12 miles, 14 miles, 15 miles, 16, 17, 18, 19.3. Let's see if it hits a 20. 19.3, 19.8. I weigh around 180. 19.8, 19.9 is what I'm seeing. Back and forth. So it looks like it's going to be around 19.8 at least on screen. It hit 20. It hit 20 there just for a second. So we were able to hit 20 just for a second. There it goes again. So as we start getting on the flat, we see the 20s. Right now, the steering, everything is really easy to access here. We have our, again, controls that we talked about, the bell. You do have palm supports, which I really appreciate, and they're grippy, right? But not grippy to the point where it hurts your hands. On this side, you do have a twist throttle. Brakes are equally accessible on both sides. Now, despite the fact that you don't have a cartridge that's really shifting you from 1, 2, or 7, but you do have the ability to pedal back if that's something that you're interested in knowing. So it does operate like a normal bike, even though it does have only 1 gear. And I'd say at the point that you get to pedal assist 5, your feet are not really that useful or your legs are not that useful, because you can see I'm pedaling like I'm just going too fast, right? So for this, so I'd say it's getting me at the 19, 20 miles right there, but I almost feel like my feet go too fast. But I've seen that with other bikes as well. All right, guys. So now we're going to do a speed test, but we're going to test it with a camera to see what is the actual rated speed. So we'll see how much we pick up. Right now I'm clocking at 14, 15 miles an hour. I'll call out the speed. We're 18, 19, 19.6. I'm going to kind of get into pole position, 19.8. And we'll see what the clock tells us, or the speed camera tells us. I hit 20 just right there. Let's see how true it is to speed. 18 miles an hour, 19. So it's just 1 mile off. 1 mile per hour off. That's not bad.
So guys, that wraps up our review. See you in the next video.